But Rasta, so unotozviziva kuti nini ndiri kufila oda kuita unga kuzviona sadaro kana kaundiite sei ndipfugame pasi ozvandakuita uri kundinzwa ka asi kaunyatsokuda kandinzwa chete
Sawabonga, and welcome to another episode of Soul Food Therapy with your boy, Chef Mike Rounder. Hey, I'm coming to you today and I'm just talking about relationships and support. Supporting your significant other is one of the greatest things that you can do. It can lift them up to the highest of heights and make them be something that they never thought they could be. And supporting your significant other, your partner, your spouse, whichever one you want to say it like, it takes a little work sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing just to see somebody see a smile on the ones you love face. Speaking of support today, we want to talk about making a recipe today with a little support in it. I was thinking about rum cake, and I was like, man, but I wanted to make a cheesecake. So I said, let's support that cheesecake by making a spiced rum cake. Check it out. First of all, before we get into it, let's get into like how some people, like, you should be your partner's biggest cheerleader. Your partner should support you in a number of ways every single day. Now, knowing how to support someone is a healthy balance of knowing yourself and knowing the other person. Do you know yourself enough or love yourself enough to, be confident within yourself to back someone else up? All right. And that takes love. You have to love yourself. All right. You have to love oneself to give out love. All right. And the other person has to be willing to receive. Now, look, you don't have to be Superman or Wonder Woman or T'Challa to save the day. What most people do when we try to support someone, we try to take care of everything for them. But you can't take care of everything for a person. For example, a partner might say, I'm really stressed about work today. And, we want to automatically, instead of letting them talk and tell what all happened, as soon as they get one issue out of their mouth, you want to give them all kinds of advice. And that's not good for the relationship because it does not give that person the time to get it out of their system because they're spending all the time listening to you. All right? So we talk about just being the backbone for somebody today, strengthening someone up, being there for them. But hey, let's get into this recipe today, and we're talking about tips. We're talking about ways into supporting your spouse. Now, this is kind of like a 4-pronged like recipe today. It's kind of like a 4-pronged thing. You got to do the crust. You're going to do the filling. Well, 3-pronged, excuse me. You're going to do the crust. You're going to do the filling. And then you're going to turn around and do a glaze to go over the top of it. We're talking about a spiced rum pound cake. A spiced rum cheesecake. First of all, let's start off with what goes into the crust. We're going to take 2 cups of crushed graham cracker, which I've already crushed. We're going to take 7 tablespoons of melted butter. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in that. Now, for the filling itself, we're going to use 40 ounces of cream cheese. 40 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to use 5 eggs and 2 egg yolks. All right. We're going to use the zest of a lemon, 1 tablespoon zest of a lemon. I don't have it sitting up here, but we're gonna use 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We also are gonna use 1/4 of a cup of spiced rum. Oh shoot! Oh shuck and duck it now. All right, we're gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of clove. All right. Oh, as far as the sugar, if you're wondering about the sugar, I apologize. We're gonna use a cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of brown sugar for this, cause we want this to have like a spice like. And then we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, along with three tablespoons of flour. Hey, without further ado, let's get into this thing. All right, first of all, we want to go ahead and get this butter and this sugar stirred up into here. We want to get some sugar up in there. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons, but I'm going to use 2 heaping tablespoons. And I know what some of y'all going to say, you're not using a measuring tablespoon. Well, when you're at home, use what you got. And I'm just going to put a little extra, because I'm a little extra of a person. All right, we're just going to stir that.
That's putting it mildly.
And you see one of my sisters, sisters, my assistants. Well, he is a sister, Miss Thang. I see one of my assistants here. You want to talk Noah? He gonna get beat up after this. And so we just gonna, put it all together like that. Now you're gonna have your oven preheating at 300. All right, because you're gonna put this in here. You're gonna put that in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. All right. Now, what you want to do is dump this into your pan. And I got enough to go on the sides. All right. Now you can use the bottom of a glass. You can use the bottom of a measuring cup, however you want to do it. Push it up toward the sides a little bit. You want some up on the side. I like mine with some up on the sides of it. And we're just gonna mash it down. All right. And like I said, we're gonna place that in the oven for about 15 minutes or so. Okay, since we've gotten that out, what we're gonna do, we've already wrapped our pan in a water bath. Wrapped our pan in the aluminum foil to place it in the water bath. Now, what we want to do, we got our 40 ounces of cream cheese. We're gonna do is put our spices in. We're gonna put, like I said, we're gonna put one cup of sugar. add 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. All right. Oh, and let's not forget about a couple of tablespoons of flour. We're gonna make sure we get this flour in. 2 tablespoons of flour. All right. Let's go ahead and put our powder in. Now, what we want to do in a situation, my kids used to get on my case for this, is put it on low. As you see, this is a small bowl, so we're gonna put this on low and let it mix on low. You do not want to make, even though it's going up and stuff like that, we're just gonna mix it on low till it's smooth. Reason why we want to mix this bad boy on low is that we do not want to get too much air in this. If you get too much air in this, you're gonna get cracks in your cheesecake, and we do not want any cracks in that bad. Not any cracks at all. So that's the reason why you're gonna mix it on low, and you're gonna do it till it's creamy. Now you're gonna get some sugar and stuff at the bottom. That's fine. What we're gonna do is just go ahead and get that bad boy up, and we're gonna scoop this thing down and just mix it in with the rest of it. And we're gonna continue for the next several minutes to mix this on low. And you see it's coming together real smooth already. Let's go ahead and place this back in here and get this thing started. You're gonna cook it, Lord, not cook it on slow, but we're gonna mix it on slow. I just did that right there just to get it from away from around the powder for a moment, so we can get a good mix. Get another scrape down real quick, and after this next scrape, I think we'll be ready for the next ingredient. Oh, look at that beautiful color. I already know that this is going to be good. All that brown sugar. All right. Now this is looking pretty smooth. I think it's time to go ahead and hook up that lemon zest and that vanilla along with the rum. Like I said, we're doing 4 teaspoons of vanilla. We're doing 4 teaspoons of vanilla, and we're gonna do about 1/4 of a cup of rum. Go ahead and scrape the sides down real quick again. Will you stop? My cameraman want to laugh at my mistakes here. All right, let's go ahead with it. Let's go ahead with this lemon zest. We got 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. 1 teaspoon lemon zest. We're doing 4 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 1/4 of a cup of that spiced rum. 1/4 of a cup of spiced rum. Get that rummage in there. And we're gonna slowly mix that. And like I said, we're gonna do everything on low. And it takes a little patience doing it on low. You know, because usually you used to go ahead and whip something on up and get it on out the way. But it's just like our relationships are in life. Sometimes in our relationship, we gotta take things a little slow. You know, things get hectic in life and we just wanna move so fast. You know, let's take all the hectic things out of our lives and move a little bit slower sometimes, so we can be able to take care of each other a little faster, so we can understand each other a little bit more. All right, we're gonna scrape down again. And this time I would not drop any on the floor. And that's coming together real good. That's coming together real good. I love it. Now, we're gonna go ahead with the eggs. And I already know, always crack your eggs in the bowl and stuff before you put it over the thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and crack them over. It's not gonna hurt. I'm doing it at home. Like I said, this is my house, you know. But if I was doing it for the public consumption, you know, I would crack them one by one in a bowl or whatever. And I'm gonna do them all at one time here. And like I said, we're doing 5 whole eggs. 5 whole eggs. And it's gonna be 2 egg yolks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start this bad boy running real quick. And like I said, we're doing it on
low.
On low. We're continuing to do it on low. You do not want it to get a lot of air in it. If it gets air, it's gonna crack. So you do not want air in this bad boy. Not at all. Since we put a little alcohol in it, I'm gonna add a little tad more flour. Not a lot, just a tad more flour. And I'm gonna be coming with the egg yolks in 1 second. It's egg yolk number 1. And this is egg yolk number 2. And we're gonna let that get a good mix in there. And it's come together just like our relationships are coming together. You know, it comes together because we go through all our situations in life together. Let's go ahead and scrape down. Scrape down the side, and this is gonna be about ready to pour on in there. You go from the bottom, make sure ain't nothing stuck at the bottom. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right. Let's go ahead and finish this bad boy off. Mix it for a few more moments. All right. While we're just mixing this for a few more moments, it's gonna be put in your spring form pan. Make sure you have it in the water bath. You're gonna have your oven at 300, and you're gonna bake this on slow for 2 hours. You're gonna bake it on slow for 2 hours on 300. All right. Now, what you're gonna do also, you're gonna turn off the oven and keep it closed for 30 minutes. When it get done, like I said, you're gonna keep it in the oven for about 30 minutes while it's closed until the oven cools down some, and then you're gonna crack the door for another 30 minutes to allow it to cool completely within the stove. All right, that's good. Looks good enough to me. Let's go ahead and pour it into our crust. And that looks salacious. Looks ravishing. Ready to ravish this. Mm, 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 mm. All right, let's go ahead and pour it into this crust. And this is gonna be a real thick New York style cheesecake. That's the only way we know how to make them, baby. That's the only way we know how to make them. New York style. Yeah. All right, once we got it in the stove, now we're making the sauce. And I apologize for the cheesecake. I put the whipping cream in off camera. So make sure you don't forget to put that whipping cream in toward the end and mix it for about 30 seconds or so till it's well incorporated. Now, I'm going to take for the sauce, the rum sauce, I'm going to take about a half a cup of brown sugar. We're going to take a half cup of brown sugar, and we're going to throw in a 1/4 cup of butter or margarine. We're going to throw that on up in there. And we're going to put our stove on medium. All right. Also, we're going to put a little bit of that whipping cream, about a 1/3 cup of whipping cream in there. Put a 1/3 cup of that. Third cup of whipping cream. And then we're going to put about a 1/4 cup of rum. So we're going to rum this thing up some more. I love it. All right. Now we're just gonna mix those together. Looking for my green spoon I usually cook with. But we're gonna mix those together. Those flavors are gonna incorporate, and we're gonna cook that down to a low boil. We're gonna cook that down to a low boil. Let all that incorporate. Now, what we want to add at the end, you can leave it like that. Once you boil it down and get it thick, you can leave it like that. But what I would do, me personally, a lot of folks do not like raisins, but what I would do is take some golden raisins or some regular raisins and soak them in the rum first. And then pour the rum with the raisin juice on it. And then put the raisins in at the end. Or I would chop up some nuts. Those folks who like pecans or walnuts or something like that and put it in there. As you see, it's coming toward a boil now, and you want to keep it going like that. And like I said, you want to cook it at a medium high. You don't want to get it cooked too fast like it burn at the bottom, but you want to cook it at a medium high. And you will serve this with your cheesecake. And this is going to look so beautiful at the end. Now we're going to come back and take a look at this cheesecake and see how this bad boy going to turn out. This is going to be a sight to see here. I'm telling you. Why are you coughing on my video? Do it again. I'll jack your jaw.
That was a sneak.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, trusted assistant, trusted cameraman here. Well, while we're doing this, hey, why don't you subscribe? Hit that notification bell and give some likes on Soul Food Therapy. Also, my son has the CWR, Clashing with Rambles. Check out his YouTube page. And we will be back in a few to just let you see what happened with this recipe. And we'll be back with ways and tips that you can support your partner. All right, so like I said, once you got it in the oven, you're gonna hold it in there. Once you turn the oven off, you're gonna hold it in there for about 30 minutes. All right, as it cools. Then after 30 minutes, you're gonna crack the oven for another 30 minutes. All right. Once you crack that oven for another 30 minutes, now it's time to cool the cheesecake. All right. Now you refrigerate the cheesecake from 5 to 6 hours. It's best to do it overnight, but 5 to 6 hours is okay too. All right. What I would do usually is run a knife by it or let it thaw out for a while and let it come right, and it should come right out. Now, let's get into ways we should support our significant other. One way is to check up on them. It's nice to check for someone to know that you're willing to check up on them from time to time, just to ask how they're doing, just to see what's going on in their lives and stuff like that. Even though you're together, you live two separate lives. So there's nothing wrong with asking someone how are they doing, what's going on with them, and everything like that. Next thing, acknowledge your problems. If they say they're having a problem, acknowledge it. You know, let them know that, hey, I'm with you. You know, let's tackle this together. All right. Know what they need. You know what's going on. You know, after you're with someone for a while, you know, I'm not telling you to be the type of person who's like constantly in the way or whatever like that. But kind of know your feelings of your girl, know those certain things, or your boyfriend or whatever. Kind of know those things. You can kind of tell once you're with somebody for a while, you're like, they're not feeling well, or they're trying to hide how they feel. So let them know, like, hey, I'm with you. I understand you. It's okay. I love, let them know how you feel about certain things and all that kind of stuff. All right, the next thing is to be quiet and just listen to them. And that goes a long way, just listening. Just understanding who a person is, just loving who that person is. When they're having problems and stuff, don't run and try to solve the problem for them. Just listen. And that giving them an opportunity to vent helps out a whole lot. Know when to ask questions. Know that when to ask questions, like you're attentive, you're into the conversation, and remind the person that you love them. Regardless of what goes on, whatever failures, whatever heights you go into, just let the person know I love them. You love them. All right? And that's pretty much those things, some of the things that you can do to support someone. Just being there. Just being there to touch. I forgot about that touch. That's another way to know that you're supportive. Holding someone's hand, or just a touch on the shoulder, hand on the shoulder, or something like that, or a hug, to let the person know that you really care and you really understand what they are going through, and their tribulation. And another way is always, and I always end it with this one, and you can never get too much of it. Pray for that person. Let that person know, hey, I'm always down with you with prayer. All right, let's go ahead and slice up this cheesecake. All right. And we have our rum. We have our rum. Spice rum cheesecake. And yes, I am slicing out a hunk. Run some hot water over this real quick. So I'll make sure I get all the way down through there in one go. And there it goes. Oh, that's wonderful. Look at that. Nice thick New York style. And let's add our little rum sauce. Add a little rum sauce to that. That is going to be spectacular. Now, another thing that will go good on the side also will be a little whipped cream. Whipped cream would definitely go good on the side. I'm add a couple nuts to this. Like I said, if somebody, the reason why I left it like that without the nuts in the sauce is because someone may have nut allergies. But this, I already know, is going to be good. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is the bomb diggity. This is the, ooh, that rum and cream together. Woo. All right. Okay. Nobody's getting none of this here. I'm telling you. I can't even say bye to y'all. This is outstanding. Look, I love you guys, and I hope you guys keep having a great year so far. You keep doing your thing, and it's all love. Tune in to Soul Food Therapy, where I drop videos once or twice a week. And subscribe, give us a like, hit that notification bell to keep getting videos like this. Also, check out my son's site, CWR, and also hit me up on Facebook for all your sweet needs. All right. I'm also doing mail order soon and everything like that. So all look, my cameraman telling me to hurry up. All right, so y'all go ahead and do those things. Hey, love, peace, and joy, and may God lead you on your way.